you can't neglect the pain in your life, in our lives rather, because everybody said from your team, pain is bitter things, and bitter things make you healthy. And the one more thing, as I said, but I couldn't explain, that is pain teaches you where to exit. If you do not know pain, you will put your fingers, as sir also said, if you put your finger in the fire and you don't know when, if you don't know where to take out your hand from the finger, then it would be burned. Fire. From the fire. It would be bad.
I know.
So we will, if we don't know the meaning of pain, we don't know what pain is, but that doesn't mean we have to experience the pain. No, never. We know what pain is without experiencing that. Because we know from our childhood when we are born, if the newborn baby doesn't cry, then means the baby gets literally beaten to be means to cry, to make that baby cry. So from the very beginning of our lives, we know what pain is. We know what crying is. We know what the pain of life is. So it teaches us what life is. That's my point.
Hang on. First of all, you told that bitter thing always makes your life healthy. That is also wrong. Because as you cited the example of bitter gourd, say if you have any a kidney problem, you are asked not to take that bitter gourd, right? So always it doesn't make your life healthy. Rather, you are asked to take. But our topic is about pain. Pain Pain is inevitable to life. Everywhere there is pain waiting for you, and that is painful. That is not helpful, and that is painful. I know we cannot avoid, like such as death is inevitable to life. Everyone is afraid of death. Everyone wants to go to heaven. No one is willing to die. In the same way, pain, everyone wants to escape. No one wants to accept pain. Pain is everywhere, and that is a problem. That is not a benefit for human being. Now let me tell you, your citing the example knowledge. Like your life, that you have the knowledge that if you touch fire, your hand will get burned. So that is why you always take the precaution. Let me tell you, a burnt child reads the fire, right? Once you experience that pain, you are always afraid in your life. Always afraid. In which way that pain is making your life smooth? Because you have knowledge. You are escaping from that, and when you experience that pain, it becomes a phobia. A burnt child is the fire. You understand the meaning that you experience, and your life is devastated, in distress, and you're telling it is helping. Thank you. Thank you, Allah. So you have the knowledge, and that is getting fear in your mind, and when you are experiencing something that is making your life more miserable, and you are telling that it is helping you. In which way is it helping you? It is making your life bitter, shattered. That is why called phobia. You experience the fear, it leads to phobia. Phobia of fire, that is called pyrophobia. Fire, if you have the phobia, that's pyrophobia. The phobia, it is creating phobia. Someone is burned, it is phobia, and you are telling it is making his life smooth. Let me tell you, trypnophobia.
The psychiatric disorder.
Yeah, what is the reason? What is the agent? Agent is that fear or pain. Direct agent is what? Agent is the pain. Agent
Then
direct.
you are having the phobia.
Agent is that pain. Agent is that pain. If suppose there is no pain, when you touch fire, there is no pain. Always you'll be enjoying touching fire like water. If you touch what? No, I'm telling. As there is pain, so you are not touching that, and when you directly experience that, it leads to phobia. Do you understand? You take the example of a child. That is why there is the problem. A born child reads the fire. Why? Because he experienced that, and his life is shattered. He'll never go. So it is creating phobia in his mind. So that means phobia is never welcome. You'll agree, I think. So it is making his life shattered. That is called pyrophobia. Now talking about trypnophobia. Phobia of taking injection. Once you are injected, then if it creates, always it is painful and it creates phobia, you are always escaping from that, because it has created trypnophobia in your mind. Now when it is required also, you are not willing to injection because you are suffering trypnophobia. So that means even you are suffering, but that phobia, trypnophobia, is creating such trouble in your life that you are not willing to injection into the vein. That means it is creating more trouble. The agent is what? Agent is pain, because once you have experienced that pain, that is the next time you are not willing to experience. In which way is it helping you? Talking of hydrophobia, everybody knows. Fear of what? So when you have the phobia, why? Agent is what? Agent is pain. Fear, but agent is pain. So pain is making your life intolerable, and it is making your life shattered, fearful. You are not willing to do that, and you are telling it is helping you your life smooth.
Pain is ultimately into a patient.
A patient, right?
Okay, you are giving the name. You are giving this pain a name, that is phobia, I might say. Then if I speak according to you, then we all are having that phobia. No, that does it is not like that. Phobia, as you were saying, phobia is a severe what should I say, severe scare of something. Yeah? Severe fear of something.
Morbid fear of something.
Yes, that might be extreme, but we all have that fear. It's not like that somebody means we are not having that thing. Everybody is having that means pain, that fear. Somebody has extreme one, and somebody has a bit less. Okay, but we all are having that pain, and you yourself told that if we do not experience that pain, we will have that disease. We can't cure that disease, because suppose I am having that phobia of taking injections, and I am not getting that injection, then my disease won't be cured. So it is a problematic. It is problem. So pain should be there. And if you inject, if I take the injection, it will be painful. That you agree, right? So we are welcoming the pain to cure our disease. Yes.
You will ask questions.
Okay. So
In your opinion.
So we are welcoming pain to cure our disease. Without pain, we can't cure our disease. And that phobia, as you talked about the phobia, that is extreme fear and extreme fear. And we are also having that fear. But fear is needed to cure everything, not only disease.
Just give me a minute. Yes, pain is beneficial for our smooth life. It's absolutely wrong. Just take the example of unrequited love. Yes, just think about that. We know very well that particular person doesn't love me back, and I won't get that particular person in my life in future. What about that? Does it give us? It is giving us pain, but what's the fruitful thing out of that? There's nothing. Nothing we are getting out of that. We are getting extreme pain. For that reason, it might happen that we won't get to love someone again in our life. Then? Do you think that it is giving us benefit? That particular pain is giving us something beneficial? No, absolutely not. Just think about a person who is being cheated on by somebody in love. What about that particular person? He got an immense pain from that particular lady, or from that particular girl, or from that particular boy. Does it give something fruitful? Will it give something fruitful? It never gonna give something fruitful result. There are many things. Just think about an incident. 2023 World Cup final. India lost against Australia. We had an immense pain on that day, on that night. On that night, sir? All right, yeah. On that night. Does it give anything fruitful in our life? Never. It never gonna give. It never gonna give that particular day. It never gonna give that particular emotion. It never gonna give that particular trophy in our life. So how could you say? How can you say? How can you prove that particular thing, that through pain you will simply gain something in our future? Never.
Next time the team will play better.
Next time team will play, but that particular trophy, that particular night, that particular emotion we will never get in our life.
Not every day.
No repetition. Suppose we lost somebody, we lost our dear and near ones. Just think about, touch with you're losing your parents. Your parents are dying in front of your eyes. It give you an immense pain. How can you get something out of that, something good out of that? Will you get that? I'm just crying out of that particular pain, so somebody in the near future, somebody dies, I won't cry. What sort of thing it will give? That particular pain? It will give nothing. Zilch. You simply zero in on that pain. Nobody wants pain. Nobody wants to experience pain. This pain has the value of tearing you apart, simply pushing you down to down. Nothing it will give. Nothing it will give. So definitely, as somebody was everyone was talking about that pain is beneficial for our life. It is not. It's absolutely not. When somebody is experiencing an immense pain, suffering from fever, suffering from cancer, it gives us immense pain. Nobody wants to experience that. Nobody wants to get out of that particular thing. When you lost something, you lost your favorite phone. When you lost your phone, suppose you are simply losing you lost your phone. You won't get that phone again. You might get something in replacement, but it's not that particular feeling you won't get in your life. Thank you.
So in 2023, our Indian cricket team must have listened to this song. As I walked through the valley of the shadow of death, and I took a look and realized there is nothing left, and they bounced back. Right? So in 2024, we live to the World Cup, isn't it? Am I right or wrong? And we are testing the World Cup. So when you fail, you bounce back. When you fail, you bounce back. And that should be the mentality. Ripam was talking about unquitted love, which is unsolved, which is not solved. Now, if you cry, if you're a cry baby, if you're a cry man, there is nothing left for you. But try to remember, try to rack your brains and understand the thing that it's not a dawdle. Your life is not a dawdle. You would have to understand one fact, that you would have to run errands for yourself. And if you're running errands, you sit with yourself and you realize, you calculate what I can do. So emotionally, you are down, fine. You're down in the dumps, fine. You came along, you go along. Now what you can do here, you can do your current part in this world. That is what the Lord Shri Krishna says in the Mahabharata. Do your karma. So that is the thing we can do every time. So when you are doing your karma, that means what? You cannot look backwards. You cannot look forwards. You would have to realize that when you are doing your karma, you would have to face a lot of challenges. Life is not a bed of roses. You are not an animal. You are not a dog. You are not a cat. You are a damn human being. You are a man. So when you are a man, you will have to realize you have pains. And you have to rise. It is the ashes that you have been facing for a long span of time. If you see, he was talking about parents. If your parents die, what to do? You cannot control the death. You can't control that. What you can do after their death, you can do better swat ceremony for their for the benefit of their afterbirth, for their souls. That's what you can do. You can be a good son. You can help others, and it's very important. I have so many points. Like I tell you, it's a dawdle to keep the pot boiling. You talk about have-nots. They have been in pains for a long span of time, and many of them have been trying harder to get something, to get an easy life. You cannot get anything easy sitting home. You have to face challenges. Recently, I watched Sambhaji Maharaj. I watched the movie, and it was so amazing. He sacrificed his life in order to protect the dharma. Who didn't know? Our history didn't teach us Sambhaji Maharaj. Who was that? But we learned something after watching that movie. Perhaps, I'm not talking about any religion. If you understand the reality, the power of a man, I'm not talking about man doesn't mean our man or a man. I'm talking about man only. If you realize the power of the part of God, you are a part of God. You can't see it like, I can't do, I'm a crying baby. My God, life is hard. You're not a rose. Are you a rose? No, you're not a rose. I don't think if something pinches you, you say, oh my God, it is pinching me. You can't do that. Come on, be a man. Be a man. Realize your power. Again, I'm telling you that if we have pains, pains are shaping us every day. Every day it is shaping us. You will be out of shape if you don't have pains. Many people lost their jobs recently. Someone was suffering, someone has been suffering from blood cancer. And that incident is comatose to all of us. Even I realize the pain. But there will be two choices. You see, you commit suicide, or you do yourself something. You do yourself something, you have to realize that. I have been working in corporate world for perhaps 2 years. There is nothing left. I left the job. I left the job. I don't want to work under anyone. That should be the mentality. If someone is telling you can't do that, don't do that. You do better things.
You have blown up your bumpers.
Yes, you would have to. If you are dreaming a dream and you are not doing something for your dream, for your goals, you are a man. You are a dog, just a dog. Or a pooch, or a cat. You do meow meow all the time. And you bark. That's your job. Do that. And if you realize you have pains, you're not an animal. Then apart from having food, apart from doing other stuff or barking, you would have something for your work. God gave you some agenda. You came here with a mission. You realize the mission in this birth, or you have to realize your mission in the next birth. But you would have to realize. So I believe again, no pains, no gains. Thank you.
Thank you very much.